The first thing you notice is the stillness. The kind of stillness that only comes when a human being has trained their body to become invisible, their breath so controlled it barely fogs in the freezing air. Through the scope, the target is clear, an enemy soldier, 800 meters away, cautiously leaning just enough out of cover to show the top of his head. In films, this is the perfect moment for a clean, cinematic headshot, but in the real world, the sniper doesn't fire. Not because he's hesitating, not because he's unsure, but because years of experience, physics, and battlefield reality tell him that pulling the trigger now would almost certainly waste the shot. In modern warfare, that kind of waste can get you and the people around you killed. The truth about why a sniper in that perfect position chooses not to shoot will change everything you think you know about precision marksmanship. November 2023, Eastern Ukraine. In sub-zero temperatures, a sniper named Vilav Kavowski lay prone for hours, his body locked in position, his mind focused on a single Russian soldier 3,800 meters away. At that distance, the Earth itself becomes part of the equation. When Kavowski finally pulled the trigger, the bullet took 9 full seconds to reach its destination, a new world record for a sniper kill. But he hadn't aimed for the head, he had aimed for the torso. The reason was cold mathematics. At anything beyond 300 meters, the probability of hitting a human head drops sharply. A head is roughly 20 centimeters tall, 15 centimeters wide. At 800 meters, a miscalculation of just 1 milliradian, a tiny measurement, translates into an 80 centimeter miss, enough to send the bullet harmlessly into the air. Aiming for the torso is simply the smarter choice, and on a battlefield, smart choices are what keep people alive. March 2025, in the Ukrainian trenches, a sniper who goes by the call sign Raptor explains the truth you'll never see in a movie. We don't kill because we're cruel, he says. We kill because it's our order, our duty, but every shot must guarantee the target is taken down. A miss means the enemy hides and we won't get another chance. According to US Army manuals, the torso offers up to 80% more effective target area than the head. It's not random, it's anatomy. The chest houses the heart, lungs, and spinal column. A hit here is just as lethal as a headshot, but with far greater probability of success. Craig Harrison, the British sniper who held the world record before Kavowski, knew this better than anyone. In 2009, he neutralized 2 Taliban insurgents from 2,475 meters away. At that distance, his bullets took 6 seconds to arrive, dropping more than 120 meters due to gravity. Aiming for the head would have been impossible. He aimed for the torso and succeeded. Harrison later explained that at extreme range, the head is the most treacherous target on the body. It moves constantly. A glance, a breath, even a twitch can ruin hours of preparation. The torso, by contrast, stays relatively stable, the center of mass predictable, whether the enemy is walking, aiming, or crouching. The challenges don't stop with distance or human movement. The wind is an invisible enemy of its own. Imagine lying on an Afghan hillside with a steady 10 km/h wind blowing from the side. Your target is 2.5 kilometers away. Your bullet will curve in an invisible arc, the wind shifting its path over that entire journey. And then there's the Coriolis effect, the Earth's rotation itself, which nudges a bullet off course depending on the direction you're firing. At 3 kilometers, this can mean a 30 centimeter deviation. In 2009, Craig Harrison had to calculate all of this: gravity, wind, air density, light refraction from heat waves, and the curvature of the planet to ensure his bullet struck the torso, not the head. But technology has changed the battlefield in ways no World War era sniper could have imagined. In April 2024, Ukrainian snipers described fighting under the constant gaze of commercial drones, adapted for combat and flying overhead day and night. "It's like having 1,000 snipers in the sky," said one soldier. Cheap, easy to deploy, and impossible to ignore. These drones have transformed both tactics and survival odds. They've also revealed another hard truth: headshots are not always fatal. On January 1st, 2024, soldier Maluk took a bullet to the head and lived to tell the story. The round passed through a part of his skull that didn't destroy his central nervous system. In contrast, a well-placed chest shot destroys vital organs with near certainty. Physiology makes the case brutally clear. A high-velocity bullet striking the torso creates a temporary cavity up to 40 times its own diameter, destroying tissue, rupturing blood vessels, and turning rib fragments into shrapnel. The heart stops instantly if hit. Lungs collapse, drowning the victim in blood. Damage to the liver, spleen, or kidneys causes catastrophic internal bleeding. The skull, however, can sometimes deflect bullets, and there are recorded cases of soldiers surviving shots to the brain. Military neurosurgeon Dr. Stephen Mayer has documented instances where bullets pass through the frontal lobe without killing the combatant, but there is no surviving a direct hit to the heart. These realities are why sniper doctrines worldwide emphasize aiming for center mass. US Army training makes it explicit: aim where you have the highest probability of hitting and causing decisive effect. It's a principle drilled into recruits at places like Fort Benning, Georgia, where only 4 out of 10 sniper candidates survive the grueling 7-week training. The curriculum includes crawling 5 kilometers under full gear, carrying 50 kilos, keeping a heart rate below 60 beats per minute while aiming, and hitting 90% of shots at 500 meters. One of the most counterintuitive skills they're taught is when not to fire. Most of a sniper's time isn't spent firing, but waiting, says Instructor Sergeant Marcus Webb. Pulse control is another essential skill. They learn to fire between heartbeats for maximum stability. History, of course, had its own rules. In the Second World War, the legendary Soviet sniper Lyudmila Pavlichenko earned the nickname Lady Death, with 309 confirmed kills, 36 of them enemy snipers. In the urban ruins of Odessa and Sevastopol, her headshots made sense. Targets were exposed for longer, at closer range, without modern protective gear or surveillance drones. She fought in a world where the distances were shorter, the technology simpler, and the battlefield slower. Those conditions no longer exist. There are still exceptions. In hostage rescue scenarios, Israeli police snipers are trained to fire simultaneously at the cerebellum, the base of the skull, to ensure instant death without reflex movement. In 2009, during the rescue of Captain Richard Phillips from Somali pirates, 3 US Navy SEAL snipers executed simultaneous headshots from just 40 meters away. But these are controlled, close-range situations after hours of preparation. In the chaos of open combat, the risk is far too high. When snipers break the center mass rule in the field, the results can be devastating. In Basra, Iraq, 2005, a British SAS sniper aimed for the head of a suicide bomber wearing an explosive belt. The shot missed by 2 centimeters, and the bomber detonated, killing 5 people. In Kabul, 2012, a Canadian sniper missed a Taliban sniper's head by 3 centimeters, allowing the enemy to return fire and wound his spotter. These incidents reshaped international sniper protocols. Now, most special forces prohibit headshots outside of hostage situations. There are other reasons for avoiding the head. Modern ballistic helmets can stop or deflect rounds at certain angles. Footage from Afghanistan shows a Marine whose helmet saved his life by stopping a sniper's bullet. In 2019, an Israeli officer on the Gaza border survived a headshot thanks to his helmet. Missing the head or striking protective gear can expose a sniper's position, leading to deadly counterattacks. Technology is changing the game further. Israel has deployed military drones capable of firing sniper rifles with perfect stability. Companies like Tracking Point have developed rifles that calculate trajectories and only fire when the aim is perfect. DARPA's Exacto program has even created self-guiding bullets that can alter their path mid-flight to hit moving targets. These advances raise chilling possibilities. Machines could soon decide whether to aim for the head or torso without human input. The question is no longer if these systems will be autonomous, says Ukrainian AI developer Siri Kuprienko, but when. Even so, the human element still matters. Snipers are not just shooters, they are sensors, decision makers, and executors of lethal precision under strict rules of engagement. Police snipers, for example, are trained to fire only as a last resort to protect lives, and they aim for the torso to stop threats without unnecessary risk. There's also the psychological toll. Studies show that snipers who take headshots suffer higher rates of post-traumatic stress. The destruction of the human face leaves more vivid and disturbing memories than torso wounds. Chris Kyle, America's most famous sniper, intentionally avoided headshots for this reason, writing, "You can forget a body falling, but not a face disappearing. The risk extends beyond the target. In urban environments, a missed headshot can travel farther and strike unintended victims, while torso shots are more likely to stop in the body or exit lower, reducing collateral damage. Headshots also require longer observation, giving counter-sniper teams and drones more time to locate the shooter. Modern Modern detection systems like the US Boomerang can pinpoint a sniper's position within 5 meters in seconds. Thermal imaging can penetrate camouflage. In Fallujah in 2004, a Marine sniper spent 3 days setting up a headshot on an insurgent commander. He succeeded, but the delay let the enemy locate his position, and mortars rained down 30 seconds later. If I'd taken a torso shot on day 1, we'd have finished the mission without risking our lives, he admitted. On the battlefield, glory doesn't come from spectacular shots. It comes from finishing the mission and coming home alive. That's why, as one instructor puts it, the head gives you glory in video games, but the chest gives you victory in real life. Future wars may see AI, drones, and guided bullets replacing human snipers. But even in a world of autonomous weapons, physics won't change. The head will still be a small, moving target. The torso will still house the organs that matter most in stopping an enemy. Machines will just calculate these odds faster than any human ever could. And yet, as long as human beings make the final call, the sniper will remain on the battlefield, calm, calculating, and patient. That soldier 800 meters away keeps lifting his head above cover, but the sniper's scope stays locked on the torso, waiting for the moment when the chest is exposed. Because in real war, patience kills more enemies than flashy marksmanship, and when the shot finally comes, it will be center mass. Not because it's less dramatic, but because it's the surest way to ensure that the mission ends in success, and the sniper makes it home. If this story changed the way you think about snipers, give this video a like and share it with others, and subscribe for more untold truths about the realities of modern warfare. Because out here, the truth is always more shocking than fiction.